Welcome to Terry Ballsfield, where today's Jack NCAA matchup between the Northwestern Nazarene Nighthawks and your SFU Red Leagues. Before we start the game, we want to honor some of our graduating seniors. First up, from Toronto, Ontario, please welcome to the field, defender number 2, Ava Run Patterson. Joined by Mark Libby and her father Tim, her sister Erin, and her teammates Jensen and Sarah. The member of the Simon Fraser University Women's Soccer Program. And next, from St. Jean sur Richelieu, Quebec, please welcome to the field defender number 4, Elise Bonjour. Elise is joined by Mother Valerie Dillard, her father Martine, and her teammates Sophia and Dariella. Majoring in health science, Elise will be graduating from the program, having played in 34 games for the Red Leagues, starting 33 of those matches, while logging in 2,388 minutes, recording 4 points. A transfer from Radford University, Elise was selected to the GNAC All-Tournament team in 2024 and played a pivotal role in last season's Conference Tournament Championship for the Red Leagues. Please rise and honor Elise's successes as a member of the Simon Fraser University Women's Soccer Program. Quebec, please welcome to the field defender and captain, number 12, Yves Lafontaine. Yves is joined by Mother Judy, her father Sebastian, her sister Frederique, and her teammate Abby. Yves will be graduating from the program with a communications degree, having played 62 games for the Red Leagues, scoring 52 of those matches while logging 4,351 minutes and recording 2 points. The captain of the Red Leagues, he was an instrumental member of the program's 2 GNAC Conference Championships in 2023 and 2024. Please rise and honor Eve's successes as a member of the Simon Fraser University Women's Soccer Program. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things, never see a bigger picture. Those were the days, all work for our days. Now I see you in the family. From Vernon, British Columbia, please welcome to the field, forward and captain, number 17, Caitlin Sherwood. Caitlin is joined by Mama Jennifer, her father Jason, her sister Emily, and her teammates Isabella. Majoring in Resource and Environmental Management, Caitlin will be graduating from the program having played 72 games for the Red Leagues, starting 36 of those matches, while logging in 3,390 minutes, and recording 36 points with 11 goals and 14 assists. During her time at Simon Fraser University, Caitlin was a constant attacking threat for the Red Leagues, One of the most memorable moments was when Keenan provided the game-winning assist to lead the Red Wings to the first ever GMAC Conference Championship in 2023. A two-time conference champion, please rise and honor Keenan's successes as a member of the Nazarene University Women's Soccer Program. Please welcome to the field, midfielder number 18, Chelsea Crock. Chelsea is joined by her mother Christine, her father Sylvain, and her brother Nathan, her boyfriend Paul, and her teammate Kate, majoring in health sciences with a minor in PEK. Chelsea will be graduating from the program having played 57 games for the Red Wings, sharing 12 of those matches while logging 1,876 minutes and recording 8 points. During her time at Nazarene University, Chelsea consistently demonstrated a commitment to success, playing an instrumental role in the program's conference championships in 2023 and 2024. Please rise and honor Chelsea Crock and her success as a member of the Nazarene University Women's Soccer Program. Please welcome to the field, goalkeeper and captain, number 24, Sarah Lowell. Sarah is joined by her mother Sophie, her father Michael, and teammates Tyler and Sophia. With a joint major in psychology and criminology, Sarah will be graduating from the program having played 64 games for the Red Wings, while logging 0.81 goals against average and an 85% save percentage, while collecting 268 saves and 28 shutouts. A GMAC first team and all-tournament selection, Sarah currently sits 5th all-time in save percentage and 4th all-time in shutouts with the GMAC historical record books. Please rise and honor Sarah Lowen and her success as a member of the Simon Fraser University Women's Soccer Program. We'd like to thank them all for their contributions to the Red Wings Women's Soccer Program and Simon Fraser University. While they will soon take on new journeys within their personal lives, they will forever be recognized as members of the program for the 2023-2024 NCAA GMAC Conference Championships. For the final time, let's rise, stand, and applaud the phenomenal achievements of your 2025 Women's Soccer Senior Class.
welcome to the final regular season home game at Terry Fox Field for today's game between the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks and your Simon Fraser University Red Leaves. Without further ado, let's introduce the starting lineup for both teams. Starting lineup as we eliminate gun goal number 1, Alex Davis. Number 2, number 7, and now, fans, this is the starting lineup for your SFU Red Leaves. Starting in goal, number 24, Sarah Lowen. On the outfield, number 2, Ava Lund Pedersen. Number 4, Elise Beaudry. Number 6, Alyssa Clark. Number 9, Kiera Scott. Number 11, Abby Simpson. Number 12, Eve LaFontaine. Number 17, Kaden Sherwood. Number 18, Chelsea Kroc. Number 19, Sarah Caravata. And number 23, Sophia Faramo. The head coach for your Red Leaves is Carl Basso. Fans, at this time, we ask you to please rise a little, remove your hats for the playing of the American and Canadian national anthem.
Welcome to the GNAC Network. We are at Terry Fox Field as the Simon Fraser Red Leafs host the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. Today marks a very special day for a select few SFU players as it is Seniors Day here on the Hill. Pre-game, there were celebrations for seniors Ava Lund-Pedersen, Elise Beaudry, Eve LaFontaine, Caden Sherwood, Chelsea Crock, and goalkeeper Sarah Lowen. And as we just mentioned, her Ava Lund-Pedersen checks out of the game. Pedersen has been battling injuries her whole career and has just done an admirable job fighting through, staying an excellent teammate here for the Red Leafs as she gets her send-off in style. Just a wonderful moment there right off the bat here. You know, this whole Red Leafs underclass will be doing whatever they can to send the Red Leafs home with the victory today. Nighthawks will be trying to play spoiler. Here's Simpson, looking to get things started for the Red Leafs. She'll play that off to Crock. Back to Faramo. Here's LaFontaine pressing. Tries to put that to the middle, deflected off of Simpson. Simpson gets it back. Outside in. Boxes out her defender. Puts that back to LaFontaine. Red Leafs patiently looking for space. Here's Smith. To the middle. Here's a drive right on. Barras makes no mistake.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Red Leafs will look to test Barras early and often in this one. Red Leafs coming into this game with an 11-2-4 record overall, 8-2-3 in conference play. Northwest Nazarene, on the other hand, 5-10-2 and 4-7-2 in conference play. Here they are on the attack. They'll get a shot off, and there's a save by Sarah Lowen. Good start to her seniors day. Lowen has had a decorated career here with the Red Leafs. The goalkeeper and captain. A career 0.81 goals against average and 85% save percentage. Here the Red Leafs again, Faramo. To the wing, to Sherwood. Here's Sherwood along the right wing. Chips that into the box to the far post and just far, looking for Caravata streaking to goal. Sherwood, another senior, playing 72 games. Starting in 36 of those, 36 points, 11 goals, and 14 assists. Always a presence along that right wing. Now here's Alyssa Clark. Ball played on to Sherwood and just mishandled. Barras will smother that one. Caden Sherwood almost getting a seniors game gift there. Here's Simpson now. Sherwood. Tight roping along the sideline is Simpson. Turn that over, but the Red Leafs get it right back. Caravata. Throws that to Sherwood. Sherwood with some room. Sherwood puts that short onto the near post, collected by Kroc. Playing that back to Faramo. Here's Faramo onto the left foot. Faramo chips that, blocked. Ball goes on to Kira Scott and is played out, but that will be a corner kick. Scratch that, I am incorrect. That will be a goal kick. They're going to say that went off of Scott. Fisher and Barris will direct traffic here. Fisher plays that back to Barris. She'll play that short to the middle. Kroc pressures, forces a turnover. Here's Kira Scott. Scott with the drive. Stopped by Barris, and it will go just wide. Miscue by the Nighthawks, and the Red Leafs almost pounce on that one. Heads up play. By Chelsea Kroc to poke that free, and the ever-dangerous Kira Scott almost put that one in. Scott with 10 goals and 2 assists, 22 points in just 13 games this season. Now here's Clark playing that to the far post. Ball headed back to the top of the box. Nighthawks will come away with it. And that rolls out of bounds. Ritter was chasing onto that one. Red Leafs will have possession here on a throw. Ball will be thrown into Caravata. Caravata collects it, finds Alyssa Clark. Here's Clark. Nice move to get free. Clark slows up, delivers that back to Caravata. Nice move, puts that onto the box. Sherwood will find it. Sherwood, nice one touch. Here's a drive, scores! Guess who? It's Kira Scott, and it's 1-0 Red Leafs. The junior from Coquitlam, BC, and the Red Leafs are all over the Nighthawks early on in this one. With a great job there, boxing out her defender, getting to space within the box, playing that to the far side, and it actually just goes wide of Kroc, and then just an excellent pass by Caden Sherwood, who finds Kira Scott, and Kira Scott in alone is not a sight goalkeepers want to see here in the GNAC. She makes no mistake. Nighthawks will look to regroup here as they work their way upfield. Blanchett will throw that wide. We hear the Nighthawks with some numbers. That pass just off the mark. Atkins will throw in here. Ball will bounce into the box, headed around to the top, and a drive was blocked. And now Kira Scott will clear that away. Caravata will attempt to run onto that one. Caravata has that deflect off of her and out. Addie Jo Westbrook had a good opportunity there for the Nighthawks as she drove that towards goal, but backline of the Red Leafs stood tall and got in the way of that shot. Good chance there for the Nighthawks to get this one all tied up. Red Leafs will throw in their own territory. There's Caravata. Tried to put that onto the middle for Scott, who's taken away. Now battle for it. Chelsea Crock wins that. We'll put that to Sherwood. Sherwood trying to chase onto that one and cut off just in time. Jacobs got in the way. Good angle there to cut Sherwood off. Here's Crock. Puts that back to LaFontaine. She doesn't like the looks of things. She'll put that back to Lowen, and Red Leafs will get reset here. Here's Kate Smith to LaFontaine. Here's Beaudry. Playing that to Scott. Scott outside in, trying to play that to Caravata. Knocked away. Red Leafs will get back on it. Here's Caravata. Tried to play that to Simpson. Too soft, take it away. Nighthawks look to press on the counter. And a pass was not able to be connected there as Ritter was cutting towards goal. Now the Red Leafs force a turnover of their own. Beautiful pass by Sherwood. Here's Crock in wide. Crock hesitates, throws that back to Simpson. Simpson crosses that onto the middle of the box, headed out, but to Sherwood, who battles for it. Ball out to Faribault with a try, scores! The left foot of Sophia Faribault, and it is 2-0. Ball is cleared right to Faribault. Puts that into the top left corner with a weak foot. And what a start to seniors night has it been for the Red Leafs, and here they are again. It's Scott on to Crock pressing. Here's Crock to Sherwood. Batted around. Simpson will throw in here. She'll go long on the right sideline, deflects out, and she'll get a second shot. She spots Caravata quickly. Caravata chips that onto Sherwood. Sherwood runs onto that one. Sherwood trying to gain some space and viced by two defenders. Ball goes out for a goal kick. Great teamwork by Grace Fisher and Allie Atkins, who cut Sherwood off as she was going to goal. Nighthawks on the attack, and Alyssa Clark takes that away. Still on it is Clark. Clark. Beautiful pass here. Scott in alone. Scott chips it, and it's just wide. What a play by Clark and Scott, and Kira Scott just wide, trying to go to the far right post. Not a miss you see very often. Sherwood. Kroc gets a return pass. Sherwood again hesitates. On her left foot, chips that. Kroc, what a save! Pretty passing play. And Alex Barris makes an incredible save to keep this one at 2-0. Sherwood and Kroc with the give and go. Barris was having none of that one. Barris tested early and often in this one. May already be 2-0, but it could be upwards of 4-5 if it was not for her. I hear Scott with it. Slow to get to her feet, but looks okay. Played long to the left wing, and here's Elise Beaudry running onto it. Beaudry stops up. Outside in, playing that to Kroc, but the flag is up. That'll be offside. Good call. Kroc was a step ahead there. A lot of action already, and we are just over 15 minutes into this one. Kate Smith. Try to play that long to Kroc. Deflects off Kroc and onto Barris. Scott will throw that in. Here's Caravata. And now Clark taken down. Draws the referee's attention. .28 to go here in half number one. Clark drives that into the box and looking for Caravata or Simpson just off the mark. Will be out for a goal kick. Faramo pokes that free. Here's Faramo. She'll throw that back to Kate Smith. Smith will join the attack. Moving forward, tries to put that onto Beaudry, and that was deflected out of play. Will be an SFU throw. Here's Scott. Spins. Tries to play that into the box, and an excellent effort there. Kimball diving, getting her foot on that one to force a corner kick. Clark will take this corner. She'll drive that with her left foot onto the near post here. Ball headed around. Croc comes up with it. Now into the right corner. Croc to Simpson. Stretches and maintains possession. Now Croc. She'll play that high to the far post. Punched out. They'll end up at the top of the box here, and here's Clark. Clark plays that again and deflected off the crossbar and out. Bears and the Nighthawks back line narrowly avoiding another goal. It's an excellent cross into the box by Clark despite being under pressure. Northwest Nazarene trying to get in on the attack, but Simpson cuts that out. Simpson goes long to Sherwood. Sherwood turns off. She gets back down along the right wing. Here's Sherwood. Chipping that high to the near post and out of bounds. Another goal kick. Fisher will drive that just short of midfield. And it looks like Scott was too physical on her challenge there. And she will check out. Excellent start for Kira Scott. And she takes a break. Ball played all the way back to Lowen. Now here's Fairmont. Fairmont on the attack. Had Clark cutting to the middle, but good defense by the Nighthawks to get away and deflect. As they tried to counter, that was cut off, and SFU will regroup and get back to work. Sherwood with it. Shows off her speed, puts that to the middle, just far for Simpson. That one is cleared just short of midfield. LaFontaine back on it. She'll throw that to Smith. And again, the Red Leafs will reset. LaFontaine enjoying her seniors night as well. From Brassard, Quebec. Another captain of this team. Now here's Beaudry. Trying to go in and out and
for the Nighthawks, entering number 8,
played that out of bounds, maybe a goal kick.
And leaving the game, number 20, Abby Blassett. As well as entering the game, number 26, Olivia Corson, and leaving the game, number 19, Allie Atkins. For your Red Leafs, entering the game, number 10, Jamsa Napier Ganley. And leaving the game, number 9, Kira Scott.
Battling for the ball along the sidelines. Looked like that went off of Beaudry and out, so a throw in here. for the Nighthawks. Referee blows play down there, foul called. Now here are the Nighthawks in Red Leafs territory. Along the right wing. Looking for some space, throwing that to the middle, deflected out. Will be a corner kick here. Alexis Cromwell will take this one. Cromwell throws that into the middle of the box, right onto Lowen. Snags that out of midair. Now she'll roll that on to LaFontaine. Simpson carries. Tried to find Sherwood. Jacobs got in the way of that one. Nice move here as the Nighthawks are on the counter. Pressing along the right wing. Driven into the box and quickly closed off by Kate Smith, who plays that out of bounds. Play by Addie Jo Westbrook to get that counter going. Good opportunity for the Nighthawks. Now here's Sherwood slowing things down. Sherwood drives that to the far post and read by Barris. Darty in front of that and snagging it out of midair. And now she'll drive that one well past midfield. Red Leafs will get back on it. St. Pierre Ganley. Back to Simpson. Simpson slows. Gets that to Sherwood along the wing. Here's Sherwood. Back to LaFontaine. DeFermo, beautiful touch here to Simpson. Simpson, she'll drive that. Back on DeFermo. Good passing play, but Barris is on the case once again. Excellent work along the right side there. Getting Ferramo free in front. Play whistle down there for foul. Ball driven onto the left wing to Corson and then played back out by the Red Leafs. Sherwood comes away with that and finds Caravata. St. Pierre Ganley playing that long off the head of Corson, and Sherwood takes her down. Will play that along the right wing. Nighthawks recollect. Good play by Fairmount to get back. Corson had some space along the left wing, but didn't receive the pass.
And new game, number 4, is Tyler Ball.
Now Lowen on to Smith. Ball chipped to the middle of the field, and Corson will get in the way of that one and calmly put that back to Barris. 15-15 to go. Caravata. Was cut off by Jacobs. Jacobs having a good day on the back end for the Nighthawks, closing out multiple opportunities for Red Leafs attackers. Now, both Croc and Clark taken down, drawing the referee's attention. Smith drives that looking for Faramo. Corson cuts that off. Now ball back to Simpson. To LaFontaine. LaFontaine with lots of space. She'll attack. Off to Sherwood. Sherwood drives that low into the middle, and that it's closed away. Here are the Nighthawks. A little miscommunication on that pass there, and Kate Smith is right back on it. Here's Clark. Back to LaFontaine. Spins. Throws it back to Lowen. Back to Smith. Caravata. Clark. Clark still on. Back to Croc. Croc will drive that towards goal too high. Now for a goal kick. Bradley's forced a turnover. Here's Croc with a drive and just rolled off of her foot. Didn't have time to settle that one down with a defender right on her. Out for another goal kick. Bradley's doing a very good job of forcing turnovers. Especially in the Nighthawks' end, which have led to multiple opportunities for them. Nighthawks on it. Ball poked free to Sherwood. In comes Caden Sherwood. Speedy winger with it. Cuts inside. Sherwood had that knocked away, but right back on it. Puts that to Napier Ganley. Now to Faramo. Hesitation. On to Simpson, cutting towards goal. Simpson onto her left foot. Tried to drive that to Croc, just off the mark. Nighthawks will grab that and go back the other way. Turnover on the sideline, Beaudry with it. Had that poked away. Teams will battle for it, and the Nighthawks will come away with it. Jacobs. Skies that for Corson, trying to run onto that. And as she does, LaFontaine is on that before, plays it out.
Go SFU!
LaFontaine will drive that long, looking for Sherwood. Touch too far. Ball on to Fisher. She'll play that to Barris. Red Leafs get on it. Just under 10 minutes to play here in half number 1. Smith pressing. Smith takes a shot of her own, and that bounces right onto Barris. Lowen with it. Plays that short to LaFontaine. On to Faramo. Faramo. Napier-Ganley. Caravata. Tried to throw that back to Napier-Ganley and Brianna Abo. Cuts that out, and we have some substitutions here for the Red Leafs. Napier-Ganley will throw that on. Now there's Faramo. Here's a drive by Napier-Ganley and punched out by Barris. A long drive. Almost got the best of her. Good job to track that and punch it out. Ball driven to the middle and knocked just to the left of goal. Will be up for a goal kick.
Substitutions for both teams in the 38th minute. The Nighthawks entering the game. Number 18, Mackenzie Brown. Leaving the game. Number 21, Ellie Guerrero. For the Red Leafs, entering the game. Number 20, Francesca Rowan. Leaving the game. Number 4, Elise Beaudry. As well as entering the game. Number 15, Jada Aguilar. Leaving the game. Number 18, Chelsea Hawk. As well as entering the game. Number 26, As we begin, number 1, Sarah Carolina.
Ball thrown in here. Jacobs. Simpson will put that to Faramo now. Here's Faramo on the attack with space. Faramo. Pass and in alone, but flag is up for offside. Hagedorn just a step too far. Here's Corson. Puts that back to Jacobs. Along the wing. Now here's Napier-Ganley. Goes long to Sherwood. That pass just off the mark, but Sherwood collects it. Sherwood plays that to the middle again. Jacobs cuts it off. Napier-Ganley's back on it, throws it to Sherwood, but she was offside. Flag up. LaFontaine. Back to Lowen. Now to Smith. Smith looked to get that to Duma. And Jacobs hopped in front, and the ball actually ended up going over both of their heads and out of play for a goal kick. Force a turnover. Here's Faramo. Sherwood. On to Simpson. Spins. Finds Napier-Ganley. Tries to touch that on to Sherwood. Intercepted. Now Corson with it. She gives it away. Duma with a touch. And Hagedorn slowed up. Looked like she had a lane towards goal. Right idea by Duma. Here's Clark. Back to Simpson. LaFontaine didn't like the looks of things and puts that back to Lowen. And that pass for Duma just off the mark. Nighthawks back the other way. We'll play that along the right wing. That's driven to the near post, closed off by LaFontaine. Another drive blocked by Faramo. Will go out for a corner kick. This is the last chance of half number one here. 23 seconds to go. Ball driven to the near post right onto LaFontaine. She cuts that out, but it goes to the Nighthawks. Drive blocked. Another opportunity will go high. And that will do it here for half number one at Terry Fox Field. Red Leafs looking like they're going to have a field goal, or a feel-good story rather, on their seniors night, up 2-0 with 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. A hot start, and they've been controlling possession along the way. Can the Nighthawks play spoiler? We'll see in about 15 minutes here in half number 2 on the GNAC Network. We'll be right back after this.
Check out the branded merchandise and pick up your SFU branded clothing, such as a t-shirt or hat. Get your SFU gear while supplies last. Let the news of around town and out again.
Welcome back to the GNAC Network here at Terry Fox Field. We're back here for half number 2 of this match between the Simon Fraser Red Leafs and the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks. It was a red hot start for SFU. 2 goals in under 15 minutes and really controlling the pace of play from the get-go until the final whistle of half number 1. They'll look to build on that as we are underway here. And as we have mentioned most of the broadcast, this is Seniors Day for this Red Leafs team, and it might be one to remember. Northwest Nazarene is looking to make this one to forget for the Red Leafs, and maybe one to remember for them as they try to stage a dramatic comeback here. We will see what this second half has to hold here. Faramo forces a turnover. Ball played back to LaFontaine. And then all the way back to Lowen. Red Leafs reset. LaFontaine. Played that to the right wing, and that was deflected out. And that'll be off of the Nighthawks. This will be a Red Leafs throw-in. Kira Scott and Sophia Faramo got the scoring started for SFU in this one to give them their 2-0 lead. Now here's Scott trying to cut towards goal, had that taken away. And Simpson does well to cut off that counter opportunity. Here are the Red Leafs. That's crossed on right onto Barris. She'll smother that one and roll that quickly. Here's Beaudry battling, winning. Beaudry to the middle, just long of Scott, but Scott gets it back. Puts that quickly to Croc. Croc on it. Puts that off to the right wing to Sherwood. Sherwood puts that low and rolls that on to Caravata. It's closed off. Now here's Croc. Faramo. Again to Croc. Red Leafs will reset here. Didn't like the looks of things. Caravata. Tried to put that on to Sherwood, and darting in front of that was Corson to take it away. Corson will just launch that out of bounds. Here come the Nighthawks. Pass on to the left wing. Nice move, but running out of space there. Alexis Cromwell. Abby Simpson was right on her tail, as she has been all night. Nighthawks directing things. They'll put that to the right wing. Lots of room here, trying to put that onto the middle, and Santiani gets in the way of that one. And the Nighthawks will eventually play that out of bounds. Beaudry throws that to Scott. Playing that off the official. Ball played out. Simpson will throw in. Go quickly to Faramo. On to Santiani. To Clark. Clark goes wide to Beaudry. Here's Beaudry. Cutting inside. Beaudry with some space now. And looked like she had a step, but recovering was Kimball. Now here's a drive by Crocon, and again Barris getting in the way of that one. Alex Barris has been so good today. This scoreline could look drastically different if she was not between the woodwork for the Nighthawks. Now down the left wing. Turning off. Trying to throw that back on inside, and Faramo got in the way of that one. Nice play by Cromwell to find a crossing opportunity. Nighthawks reset. Will try to chip that to the wing, and Beaudry cut it off, and as she did, look like she had her jersey grabbed. Foul called. Here's Santiani. To Caravata. Caravata puts that to Clark. Had that taken away. Here's hers. Nifty passing by the Nighthawks as they work their way upfield. Playing that one long and no one home. Lowen will corral that one. Lowen will roll that on to LaFontaine. To Simpson. Simpson will play that long and out of bounds. Nighthawks throw in. Try to work the middle of the field here. A pass cut off by Clark. Now here's Kira Scott. On to Clark again. Ball bouncing around. Clark settles it down. Clark with it. Cutting back. Nice pass on to Scott. One touch to Caravata, and the flag is up for offside. And that one was close. Caravata just a step ahead. Excellent job by Scott and Caravata reading off each other. Just a step too far. Now foul called. As Chelsea Crock was grabbed. And Red Leafs will have a free kick in dangerous territory here. Clark will put a slow roller on there towards goal and closed off. I think she was looking for a teammate to run onto that one. for the Red Leafs the other way. Scott collects it, tries to chip it to herself and does. Has to reset here to Beaudry. Scott gets a return pass. Scott on to Beaudry with space. Closed off just in time. Good passing play by Scott and Beaudry. Good adjustment there by the Nighthawks. Kimball and Fisher on the case again. I hear Sherwood streaking down the right wing. Sherwood attempted to play that into the box. It was deflected out of play, but this will be a goal kick. So we're just over 10 minutes into this first half. Much more back and forth affair than half number one. Nighthawks getting some good opportunities to get some offense going, just not quite able to connect yet. Red Leafs have had their chances as well. Here's Clark. Put that high to the near post. That one's headed down. Faramo now will try to put that towards goal, and eventually it'll roll on to Barris. Now Kimball will put that on to Cromwell. She'll throw that back to Ramos. Ramos will chip that along the left wing to Corson. Corson settle things down. Beautiful move to get free. Here's a chance at goal. Putting that to the far post! And too high, and it doesn't look like it would have counted anyways. The flag is up for offside. Brianna Abo. Beautiful inside out move to get free. Putting a beautiful pass towards goal. Best chance of the game for the Nighthawks, who are attempting to cut into this lead. Ball thrown in. Ava will play that to Cromwell. Red Leafs on it. Here's Caravata. Faramo. Santiani. She'll go long, and Beaudry looked to cut back under the defender. Just a little bit of a misread there. That ball deflects out of bounds. Simpson will throw in as usual. Battle for the ball along the left wing. Played to the top of the box, headed away for now. Nighthawks back on it. Faramo goes over top of her defender to knock that free to Caravata. Caravata shielding off her defender calmly. Will play that ball to LaFontaine, and now Croc too aggressive on her challenge. Good call again by the official. crossed into the box. LaFontaine will head that away for now. Scott will play that just outside of the box. Now here's a drive at goal and well high. Blanchett couldn't settle that ball down. It was bouncing. Substitution here for the Nighthawks. Beaudry cuts out that pass. Now Croc on it. And Scott attempting to win that, knocked it out of bounds. Here's Kimball. Fisher will play that back to Barris. Ball headed around. Coming away with it is Hers. Here's Hers. Good individual run by Hers. Trying to play that into the box. Deflected. Gets it back. And flag is up. It'll be a corner here. Must have rolled past the back line off of Redleaf. Looking at the replay here. It most certainly did. Ball played right onto Lowen, who had to punch that out. That almost curled in. We saw that happen from the opposite side against Seattle Pacific about a month ago. .26 to go here. Another corner. That one high in the air to the far post and headed just high. Looked like Hers got a good piece of that one, but just over the bar. Simpson will check out. Wonderful match for her along the right side. The right back with a excellent game, creating chances for others while playing stout defense. McAdam will check in for her. Now here's a drive towards net, and Lowen gets right in the way of that, reading it perfectly. Now Nighthawks starting to get some momentum here. Here's Hers. Trying to put that on wide, and McAdam will box out Abo. So that rolls out for a goal kick here. Santiani plays that to Caravata. Now Beaudry. Back to Santiani again. Santiani plays that to Beaudry. To Scott. Scott will Play that to the wide side of the field. Sherwood runs onto it. Tried to poke that free for Kroc. That was intercepted by Corson. Nighthawks back on the attack. Now no one home for the Nighthawks. Beaudry on it. To Clark. LaFontaine. To McAdam. Back to Faramo. Bradley's will patiently look to get on the attack here. Now that ball rolled off of Clark. Clark wins that back, pressing to Scott. Here's Scott. Beautiful step over. Scott onto the middle, just wide. Now Sherwood. She'll give that a drive off the post and out. Good chances for the Red Leafs there to get an insurmountable 3-goal lead. Nothing to show for in this game is very much still alive here for either team. Jacobs. Back to Barris, now on to the middle. Put back to the wing. Nighthawks mishandling that pass. Bradley's back on it.
Nighthawks substitution in the 16th minute.
Scott chips that to Beaudry. Here's Beaudry on the left wing. Beaudry finds Scott streaking to goal. Scott back onto the middle, and Jacobs takes that away. Calm, collected. Incredible read by Beaudry, hitting Scott right on the money in stride. And Scott just ran out of room. Now here's Hers the other way. Hers plays that long onto the wing to Cromwell. Cromwell will run onto it. She'll have to settle it down. Cromwell, one-on-one with McAdam. McAdam wins that battle. Stout defense, good positioning, takes that away and will clear that past midfield. That will go out for a goal kick here. Sarah Lowen applauding Alyssa Clark's excellent effort on the defensive side there. Here's Faramo. Going long for Sherwood. Sherwood runs onto that, has some space. Sherwood plays that too far. Barris cuts it out. Here's Fisher. Kimball. interception. Here's Sherwood alone. Right foot, Sherwood scores! Appreciation from her coaching staff. What a way to go out on her seniors night. Senior from Vernon, British Columbia. Now here's Fairmount. Bradley's not taking their foot off the gas pedal as Kroc drives that just off to the right.
Substitution for your release is the 78th minute. Entering the game, number 10, Jensen Avina Gambay. The lead of the game, number 9, Kira Scott. As well as in the 72nd minute, entering the game, number 26, Chandler Dupas. And leading the game, number 17, Caitlin Sherwood.
And Kimball couldn't keep that one in. On to Duma. To the middle, turns off. We'll put that towards goal, and Barris will get all that. Barris will throw that along the right wing. And Buffum mishandled that one. Beaudry will throw in. Napier Ganley. Play that off to LaFontaine.
That substitution is the 73rd minute. Entering the game, number 11, Marley Buffum. Leading the game, number 4, Isabella Kimball.
McAdam will throw that one in. Ball will deflect to Clark. On to Santiani, who calmly plays that to LaFontaine. Here's Santiani. Beaudry. Caravata to McAdam. McAdam cuts to the middle, hesitates. Back to her left foot. Ganem going for goal. That was blocked by Jacobs. Back to Faramo. Faramo getting through. Here's Faramo with some speed. Left foot. That was blocked by Fisher. This Nighthawks team playing into the final whistle. Napier Ganley will throw that in. And that was deflected out of play. Will be another throw. Throw in deflected to Kroc. Play that to Santiani. Santiani going for goal from far out and puts that high. Out of play for a goal kick.
Let's go, Redley!
Francesca Rowan will throw in here. She checks into the game. Here come the Nighthawks. That ball chipped on and Lowen will patiently wait for it before covering it up.
Entering the game, number 20, Francesca Rowan. And leaving the game, number 4, Elise Baldry.
Santiani will play that back to Lowen. Caravata. On to Napier Ganley. Santiani. Kroc. On to Clark. Clark stops up. Puts it back to Kroc. To Duma. In and out. Duma with some speed. Plays that towards goal and Barris forced to dive in front of that one. As Faramo was cutting inside. Now in behind, here's an opportunity. And that one was just a step too far. Flag is up. Ball played just short of midfield. Ball driven back to Barris. To Kimball. Back to Barris. On the attack is Hers. Here's Hers cutting inside. Plays that to the middle and cleared away by Rowan just in time. Nighthawks got back on it, but Alyssa Clark wins the battle and gets taken down. And a yellow card given to Abby Blanchett. I believe that was because Blanchett kicked the ball away or in the direction of Clark after the foul was called. And Blanchett will check out after that yellow. Here's Rowan. To Caravata. On to Napier Ganley. Had that closed off by Hers. McAdam gets back on it, throws it back to Napier Ganley. Ganley again. Had that taken away by Hers. Hers back on it. Hers trying to battle LaFontaine for it. Does and tries to put that towards goal. Blocked by LaFontaine and out. For a corner.
Substitution is 76 minute. Correction, 79 minute.
Savannah Hers tied for the leading goals for the Nighthawks with 3. Tied with Ellie Ritter and Alexis Cromwell. 3 with 3 goals. Now that ball is played into the middle of the box, punched out, and cleared to the top of the box by Faramo. Now here's another drive by Kimball. That was blocked. And Nighthawks will be forced to reset. Jacobs. Long to the wing. Played into the middle. And McAdam will come away with that, boot that high. And out of bounds will be a throw-in. Of course, we'll throw that along the wing. Now Santiani intercepts that pass, gets that to Kroc. Kroc battling, will be forced to play that out of bounds. Kimball will throw it in. That'll go off the Nighthawks and out. Now here's Faramo. Tried to go long to Duma down the right side. Had that taken away. No. Lowen got away with an errant pass there. Rowan with it. She'll play that to the middle to Caravata. Here's Caravata. Napier Ganley. Trying to play that on to Kroc. Too far. Barris will get onto that one. Caravata. On to McAdam. Santiani. Rowan. Playing that one back to LaFontaine. Croc. Drive that to Duma. Here's Duma along the right wing. Duma hesitates, step over. Plays that into the box. Faramo with it, tried to throw that back for Croc. Little miscommunication. Hers will cut that out. Clark. Caravata. Now here's a drive towards goal just wide. Freshman Maya Jones.
With substitution in the 84th minute, entering number 27, Maya Jones. Leading number 10, Jetsa, and here, Gantley.
Now here's Kimball. Ball played to the middle. Headed to the top of the box, and now a drive is wide. Lowen will settle that down. Here's Hers. Hers cuts to the middle. Drives that into the box to flex off Faramo, and then a drive just wide. Under 5 to go, 4:05 to be exact. A Nighthawks bounce closed off just in time by Santiani. Cromwell. On to Corson, and Lowen anticipates that and will grab that. Lowen, another stout performance in goal for the Red Leafs. Not tested as often as perhaps the Nighthawks would like, but when she was called upon, she was on the case once again. Clark throws that all the way back to LaFontaine.
Come on, Red Leaf! One more!
And this will be a seniors' night to remember for this Red Leafs team. An electric start with 2 goals in under 15 minutes. And they controlled the rest of the first half, and despite half number 2 being much more even, Does look like they are going to come away here with a big win. Brad Lease. In 2 minutes and 7 seconds, will improve to 12-2-4 overall, 9-2-3 in conference play. Nighthawks are going to slide to 5-11-2 and 4-8-2 in conference play. You really have to give a big shout out to the Nighthawks. They have played until the final whistle despite being down 2-3 for most of the game, and their players are continuing to play very hard and competitively. Excellent sign of the culture in that locker room. Hers drives that just wide of goal. Savannah Hers has been everywhere here in the second half, forcing turnovers, creating opportunities on the counter for the Nighthawks. Just they have not been able to put one past Lowen. Ava Lund Pedersen checking in.
Less than 1 minute remaining in the second half.
Under a minute to go. Now here's a chance for the Nighthawks here in the final minute. And that's closed off. Excellent play by McAdam getting back. This will be the final opportunity of the game. 14 seconds left. Nighthawks rush to get set. Ball played onto the middle. Lowen will grab that, cover it, and that is going to do it. A 3-0 victory on Seniors Night as the Red Leafs start to celebrate here. Incredible start by the Red Leafs that leads to a 3-0 victory. Before we get out of here, a big thanks to the production team for making this broadcast possible on the GNAC Network, and one last thank you to the Red Leafs senior class for all their contributions to the Red Leafs women's soccer program and Simon Fraser University as a whole. While they soon take on new journeys within their personal lives, they will forever be recognized as members of the program's 2023 and 2024 NCAA GNAC Conference Championships. And they will have another chance coming up here next week as the GNAC Conference Championships are at home for them. And we will see you then. I'm Nicholas Hauke. Thank you for watching today on GNAC Network.